would you say, you know, you're still, you know, you say you're still learning. Many would consider, you know, a master of your craft. Do you think actually making music, designing sounds, is one constant learning curve?
Very much so. I mean, you know, I've only just recently learned how to turn this on. Actually, I only found the on switch yesterday. I've had it for 8 years.
You're spoilt for equipment. That's the problem. That's the problem. And
you're right in saying that, because you know, I think, you know, it is, as you say, a constant learning curve, but you can never reach the top. If you do, then, do you know what I mean, you're either going to become too arrogant and then you're going to lose it anyway, or, you know, you need something to strive to. You need to have a goal. Do you know what I mean? And I haven't reached mine yet. You know.
Fair play. Thanks. Now, with regards to DJing and the whole kind of live experience.
Yeah.
Are you one of these guys that's embraced Ableton? Are you part of the Ableton generation, or
for actually mixing in a club?
In the club, yeah.
No, I am not. No, I use it in the studio every day as a production tool. It's actually my main writing, you know, the centre of the actual, you know, the process at the moment. And it's an amazing program. You know, you can bend sound. Do you know what I mean? You can forge sound. You've never been able to do that before in such a quick and kind of satisfying way. Do you know what I mean? In conjunction with something like Pro Tools or Logic, it really is an incredible program. As far as DJing in a club is concerned, obviously, you know, you do it well, Sasha does it well. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people kind of, you know, treat it as, do you know what I mean? That's how they play in a club. Personally, I'm too lazy to do all that.
Fair play. Thanks to the honesty.
No, that's completely a lie. My laptop isn't.
Too many
viruses on it.
Yeah, and I suppose some people consider the Ableton way lazy as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's more effort, and I think it's, you know, you can be more creative. But I'm just happy with the way that the tracks sound when I play them. I don't really want them to sound that different, and I know that if I've got Ableton running, I'll be adding little beats here and there. I'll be throwing in too many samples, and I'll just get too kind of restless. And I prefer to have a little bit of a dance when I'm DJing. I don't really want to be looking into a computer screen. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather just have a little groove, have a little beer.
So when you're playing out, what artists are doing it for you at the moment? I mean, you know, have you got a kind of number one out there at the moment? Or?
God, what's good at the moment? I think I'm really into Lifelike's sound at the moment. He's a guy from France. He's got the real kind of, I mean, it is very 80s sounding, but it does seem
bit of a Daft Punk kind of vibe to it. I'd say.
Yeah, it's very kind of melodic and, you know, almost just kind of that synth sound that I'm kind of feeling again.
Yeah.
You know, there's many producers that are rocking it. You know, but it's always hard to name them when you've got a microphone in your face.
And this new track of yours, any names in the bag knocking around for it? Yeah.
Yeah. The working title is Star Strings, so that may be the actual title. So yeah, it's almost done. Just getting the final mixes done as we speak. Well, not actually at the moment, but this week. So yeah, it should be coming out. I'm not sure what the label. It may be on. In Charge again, the same label as Nostalgia, so they're good guys. I'll be happy to run with them again, but if not, maybe Virgin. We'll see.
Now, on a slightly more serious note, not that the music's not serious, of course it is to you, but you've had a few problems lately with your ears and tinnitus, and you know, I mean, you've been DJing since what, you were like 15, 16? Fantasias, Universe, etc. Loud warehouse systems, you know, battering your eardrums, and you've had a few problems lately, yeah? Yeah,
I've had tinnitus for just under a year now. They say it's cumulative, but it pretty much came on after one gig last summer. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, you just be careful, guys. Do you know what I mean? You should wear earplugs in clubs. They're very, very loud places. You know, I can't. It's almost, you know, kind of like hypocritical of me to say this, but do you know what I mean? Clubs are too loud, and you don't want to end up with a constant ring in your ears, which is something I do have to put up with every day of my life.
So you've played all over the world, as you can see if you look at your MySpace site at the moment. You're pretty much booked up now for the rest of the summer. You know, US, Northern, Eastern Europe. Where's your favourite place to play? Where's the crowd best? Where are they doing it for you?
At the moment, I think frequently I'm playing in Eastern Europe. It's just kind of, it feels like it's sort of, you know, it's up and coming there, and you know, there's spots that I wouldn't have sort of gone to sort of 5 years ago. You know, places like Serbia and things like that. You know, it's just kind of exciting. And kind of
fresh ears.
Yeah, I mean, even though they've had it since sort of the mid-90s, it still feels like it's kind of, you know, a bit more kind of, you know, in developing stage as England was at one point, even though it's still great here. It just feels a bit less jaded in some parts of Eastern Europe, and a bit more dangerous as well, which I like. A bit of an edge. Greece, obviously, is a great destination as well. I love it out there, so done a few good parties in Athens recently, and
you got any plans to go back this summer at the moment?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I've got some nice connections out there, so you know what I mean? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Now, quite a few of your tracks have been used in TV and commercials. CSI, quite a well-known one. Yeah. And
the other day I was watching actually, and and Intensify popped up, and I was like, "What's going on?" It was a really weird. I think it was like a snooker program or something like that. It was really unusual.
Do you, any plans? I mean, is there any call-in to go over to LA and Hollywood and do the whole kind of BT thing and hit that crowd, or are you a Bristol boy at heart, and is this where you want to stay?
We were going to do some work last year, some film stuff, but unfortunately it fell through. Is the nature of the game, you know what I mean? That's life. Probably I'd rather do it from here, actually. Do you know what I mean? And just send it to them over AIM instead of having to live in Los Angeles.
You can find out more about Jody's live DJ dates on his MySpace site, which is www.myspace.com.